Bum, bum, bum. Look at that. I almost timed it perfectly. Almost. Yeah, I'm still curious to know what you folks think. If you'd rather me wait for a sketch to finish when that timer goes out, or if you get the timer down to 0 and you're like, I need the show now. I don't care either way. I just feel like it's rude to interrupt a sketch once it's running, you know? Hi, Internet. This is Liam. That's me. That's my name. That's why they call me Liam, because it's my name. Liam Taylor. LT guitarist. Here to make some music, do some silly stuff. We have a game plan, broadly. I have been working for the last couple of weeks on a short film. A parody of The Power of the Dog for a film competition called the Dafters. DAFTAS, the Dafters. It's a parody of the BAFTAs, and basically you get given a BAFTA-nominated film to parody. So we didn't choose The Power of the Dog, we kind of just got given it. I like The Power of the Dog. I think there's a lot wrong with it, or a lot that's very weird, but basically it's an okay film. It's a long-ass film. It doesn't need to be that long, but it's basically fine otherwise. And there's plenty of stuff in there to parody. And what we ended up doing was coming up with a concept where essentially sports commentators are presenting the freestyle cowboy showdown. We called it the Freestyle Cowboy Olympics to begin with, and then I found all these stories of the Olympics people suing people for use of the word Olympics. So I was like, okay, let's not do that. Kristen Moonrise, how's it going? Howdy indeed. So what I've been making like cowboy music on and off. I've got like plenty of stuff to turn into the movie, and at the moment it's we shot it all over the weekend. It was really fun. If you're on my Twitter or my Instagram, you'll see me gradually release some photos over there. It looks gorgeous. I'm really happy with the work our camera team did. Really thrilled. So it's currently being edited this week. It's a really fast turnover. We've got until like the 12th, 13th of March to do everything. So while it's being edited, I'm trying to write as much music stuff, create as many different elements as possible, even if I just end up using them as templates, just so I have them. And one of the things that I've sort of hadn't really realised is that if we're presenting it like a sports show, we kind of need to have like sporty style music. So I'm going to try and come up with a kind of sporty fanfare type thing that can also be that's also kind of evocative of westerns. And it's raining currently as well, and I'm not using that crappy old Behringer compressor because it kept deafening me and you guys. So yeah, what we're going to do is, for some reason I've loaded up Retrolog, and I think we're going to use Retrolog. I'm going to load up Contact. I should have actually loaded several instances there. So I think we're going to do like we're going to maybe rifle through some of the preset kind of cinematic stuff like Damage and Heaviosity and all of that, just to see what's in there. And I think something kind of drumliney. I know that a lot of kind of sports type stuff is Imperator. How's it going, my dude? Hope you're all right over there, buddy. A lot of sports stuff uses like really heavy percussion, drumline style stuff. So I think let's come up with a few different a few different ideas. I don't watch a lot of sports, like, because I'm a nerd. So if you're sportier than me, which you will be, I'd love to hear your suggestions. So let's load up a couple other instances of contacts, because we're definitely going to want them. Let's use instance number 1. We're just going to load up a nice 80s drum kit, like a big, flashy, heavy toms kind of thing. Heavy metal. That's what I want. That's going to take a while to load, so I'm going to let that do that in the background. Is it going to let me... No, it's not going to let me play. So I'm just going to talk to you for a second whilst it loads / crashes in the background. Is it doing stuff? It's starting to do stuff. Okay, that was fun. So that's the drum kit. Normally I just call it drums, but we're going to have a lot of different drums, so I think it's important to really clearly label things today. This second iteration, I think we'll use... I'd use like maybe an amped Scarby. Because then what are these performance directions? I'm not really sure at the bottom there. Let's try oh, we can swap between playing styles, can't we? Fingered or picked, or maybe we can't. Oh, there's some fret noise in there. It's kind of fun. Nice. Okay, so we've got a bass guitar. I feel like it would be quite heavy on the brass, you know. I don't really know a lot about brass, so I kind of wanna. Do I do session strings? Maybe strings as well. We were talking about drums until about a second ago, so I'll load up Epic Organic Drums Armageddon Ensemble. That's quite fun, isn't it? Yeah, let's do that. What I'm going to do is take compression off of it, though. Yeah, and we're going to kind of EQ it ourselves. So anything that's sort of... Yeah, I don't like the idea of just having a make it sound good button, so I'm going to take all of that stuff off. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Those effects are all off. I'm going to call that heavy drums. Heavy drums. What else do we need? Oh yeah, horns is what we spoke about a second ago. I'm not sure session horns is the right thing to do. So instead, let's go... Because I do have... I did spend money on the nice Hallian Sonic... Hallian Symphonic Orchestra, which I'm a big fan of. Sure if it's possible to... They do have a section for us, which could be really handy. Trombone... Trumpets... Trombone, trumpets, tuba horns. Okay, so we can get those going. Where's my performance direction? A sharp. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, we'll give that a go. So we've got horns there. So where do I start? Do I start maybe with like a little drum loop or something? Let's try that. So if we get a little pattern going. So we'll get, what's the tempo? So we'll start off with like a dung 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 dung. Let's copy that pattern down. So we can add other stuff to that as well. So just that big one on the one. We can have that on that the next one as well. We have that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like building that up a little bit. And let's copy that over there as well, and then maybe have these same drums on that drum too. Just trying to combine these kind of disparate patterns we've come up with. Sounds like drums, doesn't it? So then with the drum kit as well, we could just have like 4 on the floor kick drums, just to kind of flesh that out. We could have toms as well. This is going to be way louder than the heavy Osty drums. So I'm just gonna so we might bring that volume down significantly. We'll go like -8 for the moment. Perhaps put a maximizer or something on there. We'll get rid of the in-betweens as well. Maybe we'll have them there. Do we have a percussion preset? Not really. Let's go for like a maximizer or something just to really push them. Dominates a little bit, but I quite like it. So maybe we have that as like one kind of phrase, and then we have something. Slow it down a bit, actually. How does that sound? I might have that as just like a standalone phrase by itself, slightly faster. No, I don't think we can go much faster than that. Let's go 1 on 7. And then we'll just end on a big 1. Yeah. I can see that being used as like a big stinger or something in like a football game match. I don't know. And that's just a slightly shorter version of the same thing. Let's maybe do... Let's use the drum kit to come up with like an actual like rock pattern that then we can sort of build stuff around for the moment. So we're going to use open hi-hat, I think. Yeah, something like that just strikes me as being kind of fun. And then we loop it. Crash cymbal. We'll maybe go round twice instead. Should probably save. So my main concern is coming up with something cheesy and sporty, and then if we can make it sound cowboy-like as well, that's a bonus. So then maybe we'll just do some heavy hits around that. And then we'll go 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll just end. We'll do a big hit, and then that'll be it for the moment. Bam. Pretty good. So let's have a think about bass guitar, horns, anything kind of tonal. See if we can maybe think of something for them to play. Something chordy. That's quite nice. Simple, but I think it works. So that's going to be a bit of a pain to tab in. That's fine. So we'll just start off with what are our lowest notes? So we've got a B there. Oh, it's supposed to be minor, excuse me. So we're going to start off by using the modulation to allow that to crescendo in. So we're going to start off like here-ish and slowly sweep into that, which you can nearly see. We'll do the same thing. And then it's going to be... Oh, actually, I'm going to copy the modulation over first. Yes-ish. And that can start there, I suppose. So then that was... D major followed by E major, major, major. How does that sound? Let's go da da. So I'm gonna add in a really staccato B there as well. Just assume those players are able to hit that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So. Then what's the... I think it was A sharp -1. So you can use these triggers to basically you use MIDI notes to trigger different playing styles, which is really helpful. So A sharp -1 will make that staccato. A sharp -1. So there and... I like that a lot. I wonder if we can make it brighter by shoving some of these up an octave or so. Maybe. Perhaps not that one. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's I'm going to use the bass to just kind of like dong 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 dong. You know, play notes. And we're just going to see what like normal. I mean, that's quite deep, really, isn't it? You would do with that low B we can use, really. Let's just have a short, sharp. I don't like the straight pattern. Dong, 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 dong. Let's do more like do it do 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 do. So we'll do like a. Let's do like a do-we-do. Let's go da 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 da. Oh, that's just that same pattern, isn't it? And let's copy that over. Da, da, da. Let's try that. That's weird, that being major at the end. All right with everything else. Better. Better. Cool. Let's just clear the way, because it's quite bass heavy even so far, isn't it? So what is like the range that that bass is operating in? So it's kind of this 50 to 500 range. So what about the horns? So I think we just got to low shelf that a bit, you know? We can boost it here a little bit. Yeah, it's alright, isn't it? I don't love the drum kit sound, if we're being really picky, which I am. So I'm gonna scrap that preset. I'm gonna go for the preset I always use. We tried something new and I didn't like it, so we're just gonna revert back to the same thing we always do. We're gonna go hard rock preset, and we're gonna remove a bit of that hi-hat, just because it gets in the way. It's a lot of hi-hat. I don't need that much hi-hat. I'm a grown-up. So we're going to take the hi-hat out of the room mix a bit. Cool. Let's see if there's maybe like a little bit of silly percussion or something inside of what's it called? It's Real College Sports, isn't it? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for. Evolved Mutations. There's loads of stuff in there. Let's go for percussive or tonal. I guess tonal. We're in B, aren't we? That's quite nice. It's alright, it's just a lot. It's more bass, isn't it? Ooh. I feel like I could just build that something like that. We have an instance of Retrolog up here, don't we? So maybe we could just build like a little arpeggio. Let's do it. Let's build an arpeggio. So we've got something awful, which is a great start. Let's go 12, 16 steps. And we'll do like a little bit of a pan, like so. Lots of octaves back and forth. That's too much of a glide. I think I kind of want it -12 every third one. 1, 2, 3, -12, 3, -12, -12. Let's go up an octave, in fact. Maybe we need to have more of like a Phrygian kind of feel to it. Now this makes sense. Cool, let's build it up a little bit. Maybe it needs a bit of a swing to it. I think the thing I'm struggling with is writing the arpeggio in this fashion. So I'm going to just write it like chords, you know, the real way, I suppose. love it. We're getting a bit better. Maybe it just needs... yeah, something really low down there, something really mucky to kind of tie it all together. Nah, I just don't like it. That's how it goes sometimes. That's just how it goes. So I like that as kind of like a cue or a stinger or something. With the bass guitar, of course. Maybe that should be a little longer. Da. Yeah, we can stretch those out a little bit, can't we? Oops. In fact, we can start some of these notes a little bit before and after, just to kind of make it seem a little more playable, a little more like there's humans here, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Let's just ruin it, basically. That's what we're doing. That could be slightly quieter, perhaps. Okay, so let's come up with something rhythmic to have in the background of like sports commentators talking to each other. So maybe just like a simple bass pattern. Da 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 da. Let's go done. Yeah, that'll do. So maybe then the drum kit can just do like I don't know, just like a 4 on the floor with the ride or something. Yeah, I think that'll do. Yeah, just nice and simple. And then let's just add some of the heavy drums on top of that. And then let's have that. Just trying to imagine that with like dialogue happening over the top of it. I think that would be just right, won't it? Like if it was me, I'd put like a bit of piano over the top of that. But I don't know if that's very sporty. let's have a... Just going to bring some of these down a bit. Maybe up a little bit more. I'm going to try and find a piano I like. Let's just use the Giant. We always basically use the Giant. Maybe deeper. Yeah, that works really well. Again, nice and simple chords. We'll I've heard the requests. We'll do like a chord theory, chord function wrap up towards the end. I think that's a nice way to kind of wrap up the streams as well. So we'll go da, chord, do. You know, words. So we'll need to loop that a few times. So that's nice, and then we'll just go D. Just going to make these shorter so it's a little easier to see what's going on. Just trying to think of little like, individual notes you can add in just for a bit of flavour. And then we'll loop there, I think. So let's grab those. So I'm just going to add sustain pedal in there for like the whole thing. Just to really let those notes ring out. So I'm going to start in the off position just in case, just in order to cancel anything that may have... Just when you're looping, when you're playing around in Cubase, you can sometimes play something accidentally and loop it when you shouldn't do, and you didn't mean to loop it. So I'm just going to, every time we hit a new chord, do like a quick pedal off, pedal on type of maneuver. Like that, and at the very end we're just going to go off there. It's a nice little loop there. What's up, man? How you doing? What's up, man? How you doing? How's it going? Thanks for the follow there, buddy. No, I cannot. I cannot play that on guitar. I'm not really familiar. No, I know who Lil Peep is. Just not really familiar with their repertoire, I guess you could say. Right now, buddy, we are making some sports commentator backing music for a Cowboy Olympics. It's niche appeal is what we're going for. So this is kind of the nice background music. The piano's a little emotive. I quite like it without the piano, but I think if like there's a moment of tension in the film, I think you pop the piano on. Chef's kiss. Do we want to bring the horns in a little bit? Maybe. Maybe we bring that in like really subtly. Also, that's just trombones, isn't it? Maybe. Maybe we need to add MIDI track to control that. Pants, what was the other thing? Tuba horn combi. Just give me French horns. French horn combi. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll use a modulation wheel. Yeah, that's what we want. So actually, if we duplicate this section, because the horns have got a slightly different range. So that's trombone, trumpet. Actually, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to load this first one as horns. This second one is going to be French horn, trombone, trumpet, because they all have the same kind of commands. Staccato is always A sharp -1. So I think that's just going to make it sound nicer, you know. So horns, trombone. I realise you can't see that, but that's fine. Trumpet. So with the trumpet, with all of these, we're just going to work out where the lowest pitch is and start from there. So we can play that, can play that, can play that. So it can play from there up to there. I kind of want it to do these highest notes, really. So we'll do D and B there. We'll do them, yeah, like that. What I'll do as well, maybe we just have that as like a peak there. Will that do it? That'll do it. But you need that as a staccato note when you do that bit. Yeah, so we're going to get rid of that. Okay, wonderful. So that's the trumpet, trombone. hopefully we can do these lower notes. Perhaps, yeah, the lowest ones, I guess. Yeah, we'll just do power chords on them. Perfect. And I'm actually just going to rearrange these a little bit. Just to get a bit of variety in the music. So horns can do that low. I don't really want them doing those high notes, I guess. Oh yeah, we were going to get rid of that, weren't we? Da. That needs to be quite a lot higher. Nice. And with everything else, it's a bit loud. See if we've got a compressor or something for horns. I'm not sure if we do, but we'll see if we got one. Brass limiter, something like that. Brass instead of bass. Brass limiter. I mean, that could be it. That's nice. Just gonna loosen it a little bit. Cool. And then how is this loop sounding? I think really like the main loop is this section. Just adding in pictures for my own amusement. So what could we try to do to this to make it a little bit more cowboy? Do I want to see if I got any banjo plugins? Because I probably have some banjo. I'd actually be really surprised if I had any good banjo plugins. But I'm completely prepared to find out. We're just not going to use that synth, are we? World. Let's try inside of here. World. Strings. Fiddle. It's a bit rough, isn't it? Ooh. Yeah, not mad keen on that. What else we got? Yeah, none of those are really screaming cowboy to me. What about, like, I mean, we've already got quite a lot of percussion going on, but I wonder if we have, like, what, like, world drums? Ethnic drums. There's a world we like. Gyro and blocks, maybe? That might be kind of handy for, like, the rest of the film score, but, like, for the, for this, maybe not. Buffalo. I need to remember those for when I get to the rest of the score. That's going to be really fun to play with. Let's have a look at Hellion Sonic. I know there's going to be like a lot of general MIDI stuff, but that might actually also be fun. So let's search for... what do I got to do? What's the best way to do this? Ethnic, there's that word again. European, bagpipe, fiddle, other, didgeridoo. Nope. Keyboard / plucked. Do we have... That's going to be electric guitar, isn't it? I mean, that's the general MIDI banjo. Not exactly a fan of that. What if I just search banjo? It's general MIDI banjo, that's all we got. Okay, Dulcimer guitar. Yeah, not really a fan of that. What else we got? Chopin. I mean, that's very cowboy, isn't it? Nylon chords. Still not really doing it for me. Okay, what else we got? Accordion, cello. I don't know if if you've seen Power of the Dog, there is a lot of cello in it. What other stuff have we got in here? Dulcimer, shakuhachi, ocarina, sitar, banjo, shamisen, koto, Dulcimer, forest plant, cocoa switch. Various things I cannot pronounce. No. Harpsichord. Percussion pipes, scratches section. What kind of sections we got? Oh no. Tom's trombone. I did play around with the idea of having like kind of mariachi style trumpets, but like that's hard. That's hard to make it sound to make it sound convincing and real. So what else could we try? Violin of wood. It's just a wood. Just wood. Oh, like woodwind. Okay. Section, saxophone, pipe. Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? So I wonder if. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else to try and add. This is anything kind of hiding. Strings of telephones? No. Organ, guitar. No, that's all the aggressive stuff. Maybe we go for like a ragtime piano instead of the big cinematic one. Maybe, or maybe not. I mean, it's definitely not as grand as the previous one. Let's see if we can brighten that up a little bit. Because I prefer the idea of having like a ragtime piano in there, if that's what we're going to do. If we're going for like a cowboy thing, which we are. Piano. Acoustic piano grandness. I'm gonna executive decision all over that. I'm also going to add a effects channel to all of these. So here's how I do effects channels, effects sends. Basically, just everything going to the same thing. You can't really see that, can you? So all these channels are going to this one, into this effects channel. We're gonna -4 or so on that, just so it's a little bit doesn't dominate. We're gonna find a master style effect, a master style EQ, a demudder, maybe bring down the bass a little bit more. Then we're gonna do 100% mix reverb of some kind. Nice. And then rather than using the mix on the effect plugin for the reverb, we're just going to use the volume of this channel to change how much reverb there is. I'm going to do a few little things, like I'm going to reduce ever so slightly the amount that the drums are sending, and quite a bit more that the bass is sending. That's nice. How does this bit sound? Nice. I think let's come up with a little bit of a loop for this bit. Let's come up with a simpler section. Boom, clap, clap, clap. Let's do that a couple times. Bosh, bosh. And then I think we want that piano section to repeat a few times by itself. Yeah, so I think that's going to kind of be our loop a little bit. Let's listen all the way through to this loop. It's quite long, but let's see see if we can kind of imagine sports commentators having a bit of a tete-a-tete conversation, having a conversation over the top of this. So I think we need to do a little bit of something there. Maybe the bass needs to follow that section. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I'm just separating this pattern out a little bit just to make it a bit different. the same again. Let's have a listen again, just see how that loops. Yeah, it loops. It loops real nice. I just did a little bit of mastering style stuff, what you saw me do it in here. Just a little bit of distortion just to add a bit more air to it, and then kind of just EQ and level stuff, which I think in terms of amplitude sounded really nice, but it was a little too bassy, so I just slapped a compressor on the bass guitar to restrain that a little bit, even though it's doing this sort of nice calm passage there. How's that affected this section? So that's very sporty. These are very sporty. We're just going to leave them as they are, really. This section is quite nice. I think this could be like background for tonight on CBBC Sports. The two men who are both equally good at sports will put themselves in a situation where it will become apparent that one of them is slightly better at sports than the other one, and this will have repercussions for a small number of people that we're going to pretend are a very important number of people. And let's not worry about how much money these athletes make compared to the huge poverty that there is in the world. Let's just worry about sports. Not a big sports fan. Don't know if that's obvious. Yeah, no, it works under that kind of dialogue, doesn't it? I think the actors delivered it slightly better than I just did, but that's the vibe we're going for. So I think once it gets to like the piano bit, it starts to feel a bit more showdowny, doesn't it? So that might be something that we could use this section for the sports commentator aspects of the film, and then this could be more of the actual showdown between our two cowboys. And I realise that almost none of what I'm saying will make sense until you've seen the film, but oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for today, folks. So oh yeah, we were going to talk a little bit about chord theory, weren't we? So really it's let me get the piano instrument up and load up a notepad as well. So we'll talk a little bit about chord theory here, and then I'm going to go sleep, I think. So really what we're talking about is B minor to B minor to D major to E major. So nothing scary, no weird old chords here yet. And because we vamp on that B so often, or we occasionally have the A major, don't we? But like even just I mean, that's a chord progression that I've used a whole bunch before because it has that kind of fighty sort of spirit to it. So B is the one chord. If we're in B minor, let's assume we're in B minor. So our notes are B, C sharp D, C sharp D, E, F sharp G, A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. For piano, B minor is like my favourite scale because I can do like this one cool thing. Was it? That was it. I just like, once I worked out that you can use B and E together. So B minor is the one chord. So B plus the third is D, fifth is F sharp, B minor, nothing weird about that. So D, if we build a chord off of D, we start with a D, 2, 3, F sharp, 4, 5, A, D, D major. So that's just a 1, 2, 3 chord, like that. E, if we build a E major chord, we've got E, the third is G. So actually, having E major is slightly chromatic. That should be E minor. And then B is the 5th, so that's fine. So actually that's 1, 2, 3, 4 chord, IV major. So it's a major 4 chord. And then A, if we start on A, 2, 3, C sharp, 5 E. That's A major. That's just a nice normal 7 chord in the minor scale. So what does it mean that this 4 chord is major? So that makes it, in fact, what was the pitch there? The G is actually G sharp. Does G come up elsewhere in this scale? B, F sharp D, F sharp A, no it doesn't. So, I mean, there's a couple ways we could look at it. My particular attitude is that, yeah, we're in B minor, don't worry about it, the E's are major. So what would that sound like if it was E minor? Which is fine, it fits, but E major sounds more heroic to me. So let's have a little think about that G sharp thing. So what pitch is that, the G sharp? That's the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think that's Dorian, isn't it? So I think the only note in Dorian... Thanks. The only note in Dorian that's any different is that. If I had a guitar that was in normal tuning, I'd be able to tell you for sure. Yeah, it is. Just wanted to refresh my memory. So, Dorian is the 2nd mode of the major scale. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian. B Dorian is the same as the minor scale or the Aeolian mode, except for the 6th, which is raised. So if you take a B minor scale, that's your normal B minor scale, right? Dorian, we get to the 6th and we raise it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Sorry, shouldn't have played F there. Didn't mean to freak you out. It's got like a nice sort of kind of Celtic, kind of medieval sort of vibe to it. That's hard to play. So that's the only difference. So that one pitch only occurs in this E chord. So normally it would be minor, but it's major in this instance. I like it a lot. So what might be worth doing is looking at the, let's save that in the same document, you know. Chords. What might be worth doing is looking at the bass line and any of the other things. I think it's just bass and horns that's playing pitches, isn't it? So if there's any Gs, we're going to raise them to G sharps. That's already a G sharp. Good stuff. What about the other one? No Gs. What about the other one? No Gs. Bass line. No Gs. What about over here? No Gs. Piano. Well, we've been looking at the piano this whole time. We had G sharp instead of G. Yeah. So I hope that that explains a little bit. And that's something I sort of stumbled across today. I was just playing some chords. I was like B. Excuse me. I like B. I like B minor. I just played that without thinking. I was probably thinking, oh yeah, E's in B minor, but I wasn't thinking about major or minor E. And it sounded good, so I didn't correct myself. And this is one of the things that, like, I'm going to take every opportunity to reinforce. Music theory is great. I love chord theory. I love chord function. I love knowing all these words and knowing how to explain stuff. I feel like a real smart git that I know all this stuff and I know how to use it and get results with it. But when it comes to actually making music and being creative, follow your ears. And when you can't follow your ears anymore, that's when you start to bring in the stuff you've learned over the years. Ears, then years. So you use your ears, and when you get to a point where you're like, oh, actually, I don't know what to do now, then you can examine what you've been doing so far, and then that might jog in your memory, oh, I've been doing this kind of thing, so maybe this kind of chord will apply. Or, oh, I don't know what chord should fit here, so maybe we just use a fifth to set up the next section, or I've used a 2 and a 5, so I should probably use a 1 now, that kind of thing. Or it helps you work out, oh, I've actually been writing in the Dorian mode, so that's why every time I use a E, maybe the bass line is playing a G sharp, but then the chord is playing an E minor, it sounds rough. So if you work out, oh, the bass line is actually in Dorian, then you know to adjust that E minor to become an E major, and magically it will sound good, or it will sound better at least. So always write what you think sounds good, and then you can use music theory to kind of hone it or fix problems that you've made, if they're problems. And you know they're problems because they sound like problems. And if you've written something that sounds fine, it doesn't matter what rules you've ignored or used. It doesn't matter as long as the thing sounds good to you. Because if it sounds good to you, it probably sounds good to other people. If it doesn't sound good to other people, keep practicing until it does. Yes, I'm gonna take any opportunity to reinforce that kind of thing. Always follow your ears, and then use music theory. You can absolutely use music theory as a starting point, but when you do that, things tend to sound a little bit artificial, which might be what you're going for. If you're writing corporate non-music, as Tantacruel would say, like, then don't just use theory and just use all the rules. Don't worry about it. That was my rant. That was my little rant about composition. Thank you so much for hanging out. This has been me making cowboy music. I'm going to keep making cowboy music for the next couple of weeks. This film's deadline is like the 13th of March or something, so it's going to be a little bit more to do there. I am back on Saturday at the usual time. On Sunday, I'm doing a stream on Convo Hat Podcast on Twitch/Convo Hat Podcast. And it'll also go out to YouTube. If you search the Conversation Hat Podcast on YouTube, you'll find it. It is our 100th episode, which we are celebrating. It's going out live that day. And it's also just going to be a nice opportunity for me and Ben to talk about some of the changes to the show, where we've come from, what we're doing, etc., etc. And we've got a little video coming out as well on Saturday, which I think you'll enjoy, which is an ever so factual documentary about the history of the Conversation App podcast. That's coming out on Saturday over on YouTube. So Saturday, that video comes out, and at 1 p.m. we're doing this stream again. Sunday, 1 p.m. Convo Hat Podcast. Monday, 8 p.m. we're back at it right here. Alrighty. Is that going to be March 7th by then? Yeah, that'll be the Thickify stream, the next Thickify stream. Rock and roll. I need to think of some new stream ideas. Suggestions are welcome. If there's anything you really want to learn, anything you want to watch me do for ages, I'm happy to do it. Thanks for hanging out. Leave questions in the comment section below. That's what it's for. And I'll see you on Saturday. Toodaloo.